Hi, this is Sky Yule, and I'm the guy behind the masks for Spiral Cell.
What made you decide to do a one-man band project like Spiral Cell?
Spiral Cell actually started off as an instrumental project. It was just kind of going to be melodic guitars and kind of weird abstract noises and ambient sounds and effects and stuff like that. And then I discovered live looping and building songs from scratch live, and I really wanted to start doing that. And then there was just one day, I just had a whole day off to work on a song. And the very first song on the album, Prologue, I came up with the story and spent the whole day recording it, getting everything just right, adding the ambience, like the sound textures of the atmosphere and everything. And once I came up with that, I was like, okay, this is what I want to do.
How long did it take to put Spiral Cell together?
First album took about 6 years to put together, actually. So once I figured out what I wanted to do and have it be kind of this story and music all together, building it live, I was like, how am I going to pull this off live? So I watched tons of videos trying to figure out the equipment and the gear and just the software that I would need in order to pull this off. And even at one point I was selling plasma every week in order to try to save up for some of the pedals I needed to pull this off. And then of course once I figured that out, I was like, oh well, I want to have a light show to go with it, and the lights to go with the music, and I want to have video to go with it, and I want the story to go, you know, exactly with the music. So when the big part happens with the music, this line needs to be said, and making sure that everything's synced up. So there was a lot of research going on with that.
What made you decide to add the science fiction elements to Spiral Cell?
I've always loved sci-fi ever since I was a kid. I've always loved the mystery of it more so than the battleships of it, although I love space and stuff like that too. But the mystery of sci-fi has always been something I've always been interested in. It was pretty natural to head in that direction when coming up with the atmosphere and story for Spiral Cell.
What made you decide to wear masks for the live show?
The masks actually came together last minute, like literally the week of the first show. My wife was a huge part in putting those together. The first show was actually in early November, so it actually worked out because we went to all the Halloween stores were open, so we went to those and kind of found parts and elements of ones, and found like blank masks, and then what we could put on those masks and make them our own and type of thing. And in all honesty, I'm pretty comfortable playing as a guitar player for a band. I don't really get stage fright playing guitar for bands, but when it's just me up there by myself and I'm the quote unquote front man, that makes me nervous. So having the mask actually kind of helps not be nervous in those situations, even to this day.
What can people expect from a Spiral Cell show?
My goal for Spiral Cell, once I knew what I wanted to do, was to kind of overstimulate. So like I said, there's live looping where I build the songs up from scratch live. There's a story to go with it. There's costumes and mask changes in each different scene. There's a light show that goes with the music. There's visuals that go with it. So to be able to find the layers on multiple viewings is one of my goals, to overstimulate, to have so many different things that you can see during the show. I love it that it's a project that's people either love it or they hate it, and to me that's actually really awesome. Like if someone's coming to the show expecting to hear Lynyrd Skynyrd covers, they're going to be very disappointed with the Spiral Cell show. But for me, if someone either loves it or they hate it, that means they had a reaction to it. And the worst thing I could hear probably would be, there was this guy and he played some music. I don't think I've ever gotten that. People either love it or they hate it, and to me that's one of the best things that I can hear, because whatever their opinion was of it, they still responded to it. So that's always a good thing to hear.